Freilich and Chanukah, everyone. Zayis Chanukah is, first of all, many of the Gedolei Admorim make Sudas, especially on Zayis Chanukah, because it's brought down in Lekutei Mariach that we make a Suda L'goymer Shel Mitzvah, as the Eli Rabbah says, when we complete a mitzvah. Just like there's a minhag that people have cheesecakes. They give out cheesecakes at the end when we complete the mitzvah of Svira. So now we're completing the mitzvah of the menorah. It's a very big simcha. But besides that, although it's not brought down in any Gemara, Yushalmi or Bavli, or any Medrash, or anywhere in the Zohar, but the Bnei Yissaschar brings it down b'Shem HaTzadikim that Zayis Chanukah is the time of the Gemar Chasima, and as Choshev, as the Lekutei Maril, where we get most of our minhagim from, brings down that there was a minhag by people to go on Zayis Chanukah and say Tashlach. Zayis Chanukah is mekubal to be the last stop in the din for Slicha or Mechila. And many Rebbes sing songs with the tune of the Yom Noraim on Zayis Chanukah. Rav Musyatin would wish people Gemar Chasima Tova on Zayis Chanukah, and the Bnei Yissaschar brings down that the Makar, one of the Makaris they say is from Yeshaya, B'Zayis Yechupar Avon Yaakov, and with this will be atoned the sin of Yaakov. Zayis referring to, of course, Zayis Chanukah, because of the laning that we lane Zayis Chanukah Samizbeach. Tonight, after the daf, of course, Marav at 7:45, especially tonight, the daf Marav Bizman, Zayis Chanukah, but Marav tonight at 7:45, after this Marav, of course, and then the daf at 8, and then after the daf Yomi, that's why I'm recording now, the Mishna is after the daf Yomi, I'm going to be doing the segment for the Shabbos table, and this week it's going to be for the Zayis Chanukah table. And I'll talk much more about Zayis Chanukah. Suffices to say that today is an opportunity to make new Kabbalahs. If we grew stale from our Kabbalahs from Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Hoshana Rabbah, it's an Indian to make Kabbalahs, especially in the area of Halal V'Haidah. How we make our Birchas Hamazon, which is 3 Daraises and 1 Darabanan. How we make our Birchas HaTorah, which is according to Moshitas Daraisa. How we say the first bracha in Shemona Esrei, which we say if we don't have Kavanah Magen Avram, really, we should have to say Shemona Esrei over again. How we say Kavanah Moedim. How we say Kavanah in Asher Yatzar, where we thank Hashem that everything is working. There's no hemorrhages, there's no tumors, there's no blockages. So this is a time, I will add, it's a time to make a reconcerted effort to be Mavasedra. Even if you didn't do it yet, you could start now. The schus of Mavasedra is a schus. It's a kalamashon parshiyos b'matzibah shnai mikra ve'echad targum marichan lo yama v'shnaisav. And as we look at the Ar, we know that there is a total of 36 candles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is 36, which the Rekeach says represents the 36 hours that Adam and Chava enjoyed the light of the Aragonas before they were kicked out of Gan Eden, because they enjoyed 24 hours on Shabbos. There was no darkness in Gan Eden. That's why it doesn't say Vayer Vayivoker Yom Hashvi. And it says when we look at the candles, we could see the Aragonas. The idea of the Aragonas, says the Gra, is that we'll merit the Aragonas for not speaking Lashon Hara. So it's a time to make a renewed effort not to speak about other people, not to speak about family members, siblings, maybe married children. And in that schus, Hashem should gift us with the iris of Hanukkah throughout the whole year. I'd like to add that singing and dancing with everybody is beautiful, but the purpose of singing is to uplift us. And the real uplifting of a Yid is the learning of our Torah Kedosha. That's why we were put on this world, Kilakach Noitzarta, and that's the real Or of the Menorah, is the Or Torah, the Or Shel Torah Baal Peh. And we start now, already the 14th parak of Masechtas Yevamos. And we are sponsored Lila Nishmas, Basi Bas Rabbi, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain. We learn Lila Nishmas, Avram, Dov ben David, Lefu Shalem for Yomis Mechayisar, for the Schus of Avram ben Yom Benish ben Malk Yudis and family, by Yo Klugman and family, and Lefu Shalem for my Shver, who went today. My wife took him to the second of the radiation treatments. He has to have 5 radiation treatments. Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka Meir ben Chayesar will learn for Reb Ruvain, Shalom Ruvain ben Shima, that they should all have a refuah shalema b'seich sheichel Yisrael. The 14th parak starts talking about a deaf mute. Remember, before Helen Keller, there was no way to communicate with a deaf mute. So a deaf mute had very little knowledge. So cheresh shenasa pikachas, if a deaf mute married a healthy woman, and it was done with sign languages, or pikach shenasa chereshes, or a pikach that marries a chereshes, imratza yaitzi, if they want to get divorced, they could get divorced. Imratza yikayim, if they want, they could stay. Now, they could get divorced because Kishem Shu Kaines Biramiza, just like they became a Kudeshes through sign language, through hints, through gesticulation. So Kachu Moitzi Biramiza, you could also divorce her that way. Because anyway, it's only the Rabbana. Oh, but now the plot thickens. Pikeach Shenosa Pikachas. If Reuven marries Sarah, and they were both healthy, so that means that it was a Kiddushin Daraisa. V'nischarsha, and then the woman, Sarah, becomes a Chereshes. So now, it's okay that he's going to have to do the divorce Piramiza, even though the Kiddushin was Daraisa. That's okay. Because anyway, a woman gets divorced Balkorcha. We don't need her consent. Imratza Yaitzi, Vimratza Yikayim. If he wants, he could divorce her. If he wants, he could keep her. Nishtates, but if she becomes an imbecile, now really he could divorce her again. But we don't want him to divorce her because, look, it's his lot. He married her. It's his responsibility. If she gets divorced, no one will care for her, and people might take advantage of her because she's an imbecile. So, Nishtates lo yaitzi. He can't send her away. Nischarish hu ay nishtata. Now here, this is a problem. Because remember, they were both healthy, Reuven and Sarah, so they had a Kiddushin Daraisa. Now if he becomes a deaf mute, and therefore he is incapacitated to a point, or he becomes an imbecile, so that therefore he would not be able to divorce her and liquidate his biblical marriage, then she's stuck with him. Amr Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, so Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri disagrees. He says, I don't understand. Why, if she becomes a chereshes, he could send her away? But if he comes a cheresh, he can't. She could get divorced. But for isha nischarish, but if he becomes a deaf mute, ain't a mitzi. So they said, well, you already explained that. I mean, at least I did. I gave you the scoop. It's not the same a man that gives a divorce to a woman that gets divorced. The woman gets divorced with her consent or without her consent. Therefore, we don't need her das. But and therefore, if it was a biblical kedushin, and then he became incapacitated, and we need his das, and now he doesn't have that full das because he's either a cherish or a shaita, therefore he can't do the divorce, and ein moitzi olams. Now, Rabbi Yochanan ben Gudgoda brings a proof to the opinion of the Rabbanon that it's different. A chereshes can be sent away even though the kedushin was deraisa. Why? He brings an interesting din. The din is that a father could be mekabel kedushin on behalf of his daughter midaraisa when she's a minor. So Hayed Rabbi Yochanan ben Gudgoda ala chereshes shesia avia, on a deaf mute that her father married her off. So when the father married her off, it was a kedushin deraisa. Shehi yoitza beget, that later on when she grows up and now she's being mekabel to get, and that's only the Rabbanan, that the husband could still divorce her. Because even though they got married midaraisa and now she's not competent, but that's okay because we don't need her consent anyway. And therefore, Amru Loi, the Rabbanan told Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, Af Zuki Yaitziba, also the case in the first Mishnah is the same, where they were both a Pikeach and a Pikecha, so it was a Deraisa, and then she becomes a Chereshes, he could dissolve it because we don't need her consent. I want to remind everybody that it's a day, this whole day now, till Shabbos, is a day for tzedakah. It's a day to be extra nice to your spouse. It's a day to ask mechila from people. We should view it as a gemar din. It's a day to learn more Torah. It's a great day of opportunity. We need those people that daven late to please daven with us late at 7:45. We're missing Reb Apachinsky, is not here, he's in Florida. So whoever can, please daven with us later. B'chanani ben Akasha amaratza kadosh baruch hu l'zakos Yisrael lefika chir b'lehem Torah mitzvos shenem adinai chafetz man tzidka yagdol Torah b'yadeh.